There is that saying about best laid plans, and I don't know if you can notice, but I added a piece of plywood back into this section, and also another 2 inches to the back of this section to push it 2 inches forward, because looking at the plan I realized that the space for the port was not deep enough. At least the cranes that I could find needed more space than the cranes at the plan. These cranes were either scaled down a bit, or they were Kibri models that I guess I couldn't find or something. So either Kibri or I don't know what the other brand is, but it doesn't matter. The point is that I pushed everything 2 inches, which is gonna kind of make the aisle maybe 2 inches narrower. We'll see. But luckily I caught this now as opposed to catching it after I laid the track and whatnot. So I'm kind of just continuing to add splice plates underneath, and you can see I added them here and over there at the front of the blob. So that's all in place. And the next section needs to be secured is over there, a splice plate, and then this section. And now in this area here, I'm cutting a hole in the wall. So if you remember, I mentioned there is a bypass on the first level, and that's this track here that goes to the wall and back in the Helix. This will allow me to run trains just on the lower level for the time being, and then I can go back to the Helix and down into the staging. And that was a pretty cool idea from Robert, so that I don't have to build both decks up and lay the track all the way and then have a full loop around the layout. And I can actually use the lower level while I'm building it and run trains and operate and whatnot. And then the trains will just come back down the Helix and restage back down here, just like they would normally, except I don't have the upper level to complete the full loop. So I'll show you the other side. So there's the hole here. Then I'll show you where the other side is. I'm just gonna go around the wall, Helix, and then you'll see. Sorry about all this movement. There is a bit dark in here. So I'm thinking to splice the Helix here with this turnout, and there is the outline where I'm gonna cut the opening, and then I'm gonna build a piece of plywood that kind of off ramps there. This is gonna be a fun part because it's already all built. I'm not gonna put any turnout motors here because this is not gonna be permanent, and the turnout just needs to be flipped to I guess that's a straight route while I'm doing the bypass, and then it's just gonna go back to a diverging route and remain there once the rest of the upper level is built. And I think that's gonna be cool. It's gonna let me run trains while I'm building the lower level. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna do the holes and then see what else I can do more, and then do another update. So stay tuned for more. Thanks. Moving along, there's the hole in the wall. Well, another one. This one just lower. I had to patch a bit of hole here because I got too far this way. I should have been this way because of the difference in the angle coming off the Helix on this level as opposed to this level. I don't know why I was even looking there, but there it is. And then on the other side, take it there. There it is. And I want to sing praises to Jerry Leone again for his pattern making tip. I mean, that's just great. So, piece of cardboard, template it, cut the plywood, done. Thanks, Jerry. So I'm gonna go cut the plywood and then we'll fit it or something, and then see how it's gonna attach to the Helix, probably with those metal braces or whatever, just like I did the other two Helix these the Helix, whatever they are, branches off or whatever. And there they are, these metal plates. So that's what we'll do. So stay tuned for more. This was just like an interim update. I still need to get this Benchwork hooked up, but that's because it's not there yet because of the hole, and it needs to be half an inch or quarter inch taller to meet with this surface here. And so I had to lower this by quarter inch so that when the incoming on-ramp or off-ramp comes in, it flushes with the surface of the Benchwork. So hopefully I can figure it out. I need to see how I'm gonna attach the two also, because I can't come from the bottom. There's no room. I mean, this is the wall, so it's closed there. Oh yeah, and then I need to cut a couple of hardboard pieces and then put them as the walls, just like I did here, and one on the roof, and then of the tunnel, whatever. Well, and then paint it and dress it. This is already detached. I need to do something about it. Anyway, more to come. And so here we are. The Benchwork is done. Okay, nearly done. There is one last thing that needs to be done. And that's the approach to the Helix, or bypass to the Helix. I've already cut the ramp and stuff. It just needs to be mounted, and turnout needs to be spliced into the Helix, so we'll do next. But the rest of it is all there. I even do the corner here, it's curved. And all the Benchwork is screwed into the brackets, and everything seems secure. And over there in the lock port area, that's pushed 2 inches. Over there it's going quarter inch up. Over there it's going half an inch down or something like that. Or, well, it's more than 3/4. So, yeah. Just need to finish that ramp. I want to show here a detail that I had to do. So this little piece here is the connection between the Benchwork and the Helix, and I had to add like a custom fit piece, but it was just hanging in the open air, and I didn't want to connect it to the Helix because then that would have pushed the levels of the Helix, or would have been putting pressure on it if I tied it into the Benchwork for the Helix, because you see it's coming up on an incline and I couldn't connect it nicely, I suppose, or flush. So I just put a threaded rod there with 2 T-nuts, one at the bottom and one at the top there, and now that's pretty sturdy. And it just goes in between. I mean, I already tried the cars and they can pass by no problem. So this actually levels the whole. Let me just get the level. It levels the Benchwork nicely, so yeah. And actually it's supposed to be on a slight incline, I suppose, because there's going to be a cork there and stuff, so to match with this track. And yeah, everything else seems to be nice and level, so I guess these brackets are okay, although because they move, sometimes it's a blessing on one hand, because you can move the bracket left or right slightly if you have something in the way, but on the other hand, because they move, they kind of move upwards and downwards depending where they are in their slot. And so I had to shim a lot of brackets, and you can see that here, over there and over there. I mean, I almost had to shim every single one of it. Well, I had to shim over there quarter inch under this section because we are climbing up. But to level actually the Benchwork front to back, I had to shim the fronts or backs and whatnot, so that was kind of painful. But because they're shelf brackets, they're intended to kind of, I think, lean forward a bit. Or is it backward? because I don't know what the presumption is that, you know, when you put something on top of them, some load, then they're gonna level. Yeah, I think they're up or something like that. In any case, it doesn't really matter. I don't know what else I missed here. I guess nothing. I'm still contemplating this area here in Willow Creek, because I made this 4 inches deep, and I kind of have a scene in mind, but I don't know if 4 inches is too deep, because it's, I don't know, like 40 feet or 30 feet in HOs, I mean in real life, 4 inches in HO scale. But I don't know, we'll see. Looking at other people's layouts and their benchworks, most of them have a shallower riverbed or whatnot, maybe like, I don't know, 2 inches or 3 the most, but 4. I mean, unless they're making some kind of a big scene or whatever, some gorge, I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I think it's easy to unscrew over there, and then I can just shorten it somehow, but whatever. So maybe we'll move over there and do that approach track of the Helix. That's gonna be fun, because now it's all built and I need to splice the track in, and I have track screws every foot or so, 16 inches. So I'll probably have to unscrew them somehow and whatnot, so yeah. Here is that area in the Helix where the turnout needs to be spliced in. As you can see, well, we've passed the point of no return. The track's been cut. You can see here there is a track screw as well, and it's been removed. There is a turnout. I'm thinking I'm gonna pre-drill some holes. I can't get in here with a screwdriver to remove the screws, and I have HO screws for the track, but I don't know if I can fit it here. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just use spikes and then spike the turnout maybe 3 times or something, just to keep the geometry correct. Let's see what happens next. So I can see I had to put the off ramp or on ramp to the Helix before putting the turnout, because I realized that if I put the turnout on, I can't squeeze the cork underneath this. I mean, it's not that much cork, but I still want it to flush with everything nicely and then flow into the portal. So I had to put this on. And so with that, there are all these braces there, and then a corner brace, and then I had to engineer the other side over there and put enough wood to put a splice plate underneath there, and then flush it so that it's nice and straight and flush. So yeah, now I'm gonna put some cork on there, even though I don't really know how far or what the angle I need to have. I mean, I'm gonna go through the middle of the portal, but I'm probably gonna just stop in the section. Oh yeah, and let's not forget AR section, auto reverse, because the polarity here changes over there. So I gotta put another auto reversers on my panel behind this wall here on the other side. But it's not a big deal, and that should be long enough. I mean, it's probably 3 feet long, so all it really needs to do is clear the locomotives, the front locomotives, and then the rest of it can flip whenever it needs to flip. Moving forward. There we go. Now we can say it's done. The turnout's been spliced in, and I tested it with this auto rack, because that's the biggest car I have. Not like I'm gonna run auto racks, but whatever. So when you look at it from there, it looks like it's going to be a nice approach into the portal. I used just plain cork here, because that was in between the N scale cork I had on the Helix and the HO cork that's gonna be on the main line. So I'll do the HO cork from here on, and then I'll sand it to make like a nice smoothing grade or whatever from this cork to that. And then I have to put the insulating joiners here, and on the other side, the other turnout. So there we go. I guess we can say that the benchwork is ready for track laying on the lower level. I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna transfer the plan, or should I just eye it out, but I have some ideas, so I'll keep that for the next video. Until then, thanks for watching, and see you soon.